and why they are not in the Quran?
Okay, so there are some fabricated verses that people made up that didn't enter the Quran, because obviously the Prophet...
Sorry, say that again for me.
Some people fabricated verses in the Quran, like the one where, you know, I don't know, for example, pages were eaten of the Quran or things like this. And obviously the Prophet Muhammad, he would recite the Quran with Jibreel every Ramadan to make sure it's correct.
So where did you get the idea that there are some pages were eaten?
For example, I mean, there's people fabricate, oh, Allah said this, Allah said that.
So who fabricated the pages are being eaten?
I don't know, it could be liars, do you know what I mean? It could be enemies.
Would you say Aisha is reliable, mother of the believers? Would you say second Caliph Umar is reliable? Okay, so can you tell me, what does it make you say to me about Umar, sorry.
I'm Burmese. My mom's English and Irish.
You've got an Irish accent. Yeah, which one is
Gypsy.
Birmingham, who do you sound like? From Birmingham.
Birmingham, Warsaw.
Yeah, Warsaw, yeah, I know Warsaw.
I live in Leeds. You know Warsaw?
I've been to Warsaw.
I live in Leeds. I come all the way to see this beautiful lady. She didn't even give me a smile.
Maybe next time.
If I give you £5, will you give me one smile? Please, I'm your number one.
So, Sahih Muslim, volume 8, 3,424. It's all together, if you've got a physical copy, 4 pages, goes on and on and on and on. Okay? Aisha tells us the story, and then Uthman is going to tell us the same story as well. Aisha tells us the verse, okay, narrated by Aisha, the verse of the stoning and the breastfeeding an adult 10 times was revealed, and the paper was with me under my pillow. When the Messenger of Allah died, we were preoccupied with his death, and the tame sheep came and ate it.
This is a fabricated verse.
How did it come to
Not
the...
verse, hadith.
Sorry, how did it come to the... It's fabricated?
Because hadith scholars have said this is fabricated.
Give me the name of those hadith
I
scholars.
don't know the names, but I know what you're talking about, because obviously it's a chain of narrators, and some people in the chain...
Give me the name of the scholar who tells you it has been narrated, because similar story is being put together in Sahih Muslim from 3,424 and then goes on.
Why does it say here that it was eaten?
Okay, so
This one is fabricated.
Okay, so you disagree that it is it is eaten. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Sorry, I apologize. I didn't know. You believe that this verse is being eaten. Yeah, this story is being hadith which says the sheep came and then eat it. It's been fabricated. Yeah. Therefore, we would assume it's supposed to be in the Quran.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, where is it then?
I said this whole situation, this whole thing is fabrication. This
okay,
never happened.
So take this part. This part is saying sheep came and ate it. So you believe that is fabricated.
Yeah, but there was no verse like this in the first place.
Why? Who is speaking in here?
So what's this?
Tell me.
Oh, yeah.
Read it loud for us. So Muslim believes apparently the verse, sheep, the part where sheep came and then eat the verse is being fabricated. Therefore, we would assume that the verse is still there. Let's deal with the 10 breast suckling.
Yeah, but it doesn't say about...
I am happy to deal with the stoning. Let's deal with the 10 breast suckling.
Yeah, so what about that?
So where are those 10 breast suckling adults?
But this is different.
Is Abdullah your friend? Yeah. So imagine Abdullah comes to your home. For Abdullah to come and sit down with your mom, she needs to suck the breast of your mom 10 times.
So okay, let me read this.
This is the verse says. So what happened to this verse?
Is this a verse or hadith?
This is hadith which says it has been revealed.
Stick it up my ass. What planet are you on? I'm not gay, but I want to stick it up your ass. Where's that come from? Bloody hell. The little boys with the black balaclavas. What's wrong with it? What's happened? He wants to stick it up my ass. Oh, lucky you. Bloody hell. I don't think
You're saying to...
First time, yeah, what's happened, man?
I don't know about this, and this is different stories.
So,
Totally different.
no, actually, this is similar stories. In here, you get the full story of Abdullah comes to your home and then sucks the breast of your mom 10 times for him to sit down with your mom. And then you got stories are telling, giving the description, and then this one is saying, actually, this verses, and then the stoning the adulteries are revealed, but they were eaten by sheep. You disagree, the part
But there's no
you
verse
disagree.
here. We just-
Those are the stories are being told. Read this one.
I know, but
What does it say?
These are verses.
What does it say? So this is the follow-up story, okay? Aisha reported that it had been revealed in the Holy Quran that 10 clear suckling made the marriage unlawful. Then it was abrogated by 5 suckling. Allah's apostle died. It was before that time,
Oh, I know.
the Holy Quran, and recited by Muslims. So where is that verse in the Quran?
It's basically, if you basically suckle in marriage, it invalidates the marriage. That's what it's saying. So it's saying to not
Sorry,
suckle.
no,
It's
tell
saying
me,
to not suckle.
tell me again. What
It's
did you
saying-
understand?
It's basically saying if you suckle your wife in marriage, it invalidates
Where
the
does it
marriage.
say your wife?
Because it says marriage.
Where does it say?
Look what it says.
Murad,
It says
Murad,
marriage.
Murad?
It says marriage there.
Do you live in England?
Yes, I just live in London. Can I take a picture?
So just a second.
Yeah.
So did you educated in England?
Yeah.
So I can understand in Turkey we are not encouraged to think critically, but in England you are encouraged to think critically.
I'm happy with my
So
country and Erdogan.
in here, the marriage is not used in the context of someone you are sucking the breast of your wife. In here, marriage is used in the context this man is sucking the breast of your wife. It was 10 times, abrogated to 5 times.
Like a porn corner. Sucking and coming and all this. Learn about Christianity.
This is saying to not do it anyway. So
Where does it say not to do it? Read it to me.
no, it's not.
It
Why are you
says
showing it to him
it
if
says
it's
it
not
was ayah. Okay, it is
says
not
it?
in there. Aisha says.
But Aisha, is this in the Quran?
So
I thought you were arguing
Abdullah,
stuff from within the Quran.
Abdullah. So it was revealed as the part of the Quran.
Abdullah.
It is
What did I say? I didn't say I memorize the Quran. I said
Abdullah?
Muslims memorize the Quran. I
Abdullah?
don't have it in my memory. I know a couple surahs, but not all of it.
so. It is talking about, okay, this is the whole story, like what are the descriptions, how
Is this from-
I
I don't know.
I'm explaining, listen
this
to
from the Quran?
I'm explaining
If
to
it's
you.
from the Quran, there's
Listen to me. Aisha, mother of the believer, says, this is revealed, it was in the Quran, but it is not in the Quran. She gives us the reason. The reason it is not in the Quran, because sheep came and then ate it. So I am asking, if Murad thinks that Quran is being preserved, then what happened to this verse? Why this
Aisha
verse?
saying this and this not being in the Quran has nothing that should
Yeah.
make it against the Quran. I mean, this,
What
you're
Aisha
telling me
says-
this isn't from the Quran in the first place. I take what Quran says into account, not what Aisha.
How do you trust the Quran?
Just take a picture.
Because of the memorization. because
How
of
do you
the-
trust the memorization?
Because if someone makes a mistake, you'll be caught out.
So in here, mistake is being caught up, okay? And
This isn't from the Quran.
then it didn't end up in the Quran still. Mistake is being caught up, still it didn't end up in the Quran. I showed you 2 different Qurans. I asked you which one did Allah
you
reveal.
just said
All
yourself
you did
this-
was playing silent game, and then I'll check it
I was
out.
talking a lot.
You said this isn't from the Quran anyways. You said this is something
I
Aisha
said
has
according to Aisha, it's supposed to be in the Quran.
It's not about according to Aisha. It's not
Aisha
in the
says,
Quran.
Aisha said it.
Elizabeth,
Sahih
this is
Muslim
what
says
she said.
Aisha said
How
it.
do we believe that's what
Oh, you don't. That's my
Beliefs,
problem.
the principles of Islam. It's not
You can-
taking what
you
Aisha
can-
says
you
into
can from-
consideration.
you mentioned the Quran, now you're mentioning
and
his
the
Aisha.
Prophet-
How did Quran come to you?
From memorization, from the
From
Quran.
whom memorization?
From what I know, any mosque that I go to, any Quran that I pick up, whatever Quran you pick up from the shelf, it's always the same thing.
I showed you don't know Arabic. I showed your brother, your friend,
I
2
can
different
read, I don't
Qurans.
understand Arabic, but the
Yeah,
two
so
words
your
show were
bra-
very, very similar.
So they
One
might be
was-
similar,
one was
but they are
literally-
not the same.
only
Difference
difference
was
is found in the
between
600
you
page
know
book was
and
Adam and
I
Adam.
know.
Sorry.
Did you pick that up?
No,
There is
I'm trying to
difference
say-
between you know and I know. There is a difference between positive and negative. I can show you 93,000 differences. It's not only I can show you. Muslims put it together. So now
You just
you need to
literally-
move on from that.
You can't move on from, because just showing you know and I know doesn't. The difference between you know and I know doesn't mean the whole book is the message is brought is wrong or.
Okay, so you believe the message of Quran is being preserved, not Quran is being preserved, correct?
I believe both is being preserved.
How can both be preserved if you simply say, oh, they are similar, they are not the same, while they are different?
The same, the translation. The translation.
No, I
you showed
showed your
like
brother
I
to
said-
Arabic, and then he confirmed in Arabic it was the
Yeah, but
meaning
like
different.
I said, in Fatiha you say Malik Yawmiddin or Malik Yawmiddin.
Was the meaning different or was
They-
it
they-
different?
so they are written
contradict each-
differently.
it doesn't contradict each
It might
other.
not contradict one
Because
another,
Malik
but
means
Tabari
owner,
disagrees with you.
And Malik means king.
Okay.
So you can be owner and king it's got the same.
So, in a sense, I can say, I can easily buy that, okay? So, queen is the queen. She owns lots of things. You own house, but you are not the king of everything.
Yeah,
you might be king when you look at the mirror and then say to yourself, I am my king. But in reality, that's not the case. Tabari, on the other hand, simply says, actually, it can't be both. So Muslims disagree even between king and owner. But I didn't bring you example of king and owner. I brought the example in one of them. It was question versus certainty. In other one, it was you versus I. Subject were different. But you failed. Arabic was not the same.
But there, the Arabic was the same as well.
Arabic is not same. You told me Arabic is not same. Were you lying? Sorry, were you lying? Were you lying when you told me Arabic was
I'm
different?
not talking about the alim, I'm talking about the qalu in a bit.
So, did you lie to me
No.
when you said Arabic was different?
I'm talking about that one. It's got you know and I know, but like I
So
said,
that's
they don't,
Arabic was different.
Yeah, but they don't
You
contradict
read
each other because you could know and I could know at the same
Okay,
time.
okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sir, have you got a wife?
Do you know?
Have you got a mother? Yes, I do. You've got a mother. Have you got, are you friends with a queen?
Not really, no.
Not really.
Do you know what's
I know someone.
what's to add to?
So I
We
know
both
someone who is friend to the queen. So he's not friend to the queen. That person is friend to the queen. He's not me. I am not him. I know quantum physics. I studied.
Okay.
What did you study at university?
I didn't go uni.
You didn't go?
College. I got kicked out from college.
Okay, so I wouldn't know how to cut someone's hair. Maybe he knows. So there are things he knows, there are the things I don't know. In here, my simple question was, if Allah revealed, did Allah wanted people to know and say, Moses, you know, or no, it is Pharaoh knows.
Or they both know.
So
You
is
both know one
it
and one
doesn't
is
say
two.
both.
But that's the point.
It doesn't say both.
Because there's
So,
same qira'ah, so
so
it's-
is Moses, according to you, as the same person with Pharaoh?
They're different people, but they
They are
both
different
know, but they
people.
both know.
But why Allah doesn't say they both know?
Because
So
that's
don't
the
you have that magical language in Arabic? They both know. That's in English.
Yeah, but that's because Moses.
And then you do have lots of verses in the Quran says they. How come Allah didn't use that they when it comes to surah?
It could be
That
because of
surah.
the poetry of the Quran. That's what I'm trying to say. I speak to Arabic.
So
speakers.
why it can't be? Because Quran has not been preserved. Why it can't be that
Because
option?
like I said, there's 10 qira'ah, or 14 or 7, however you say. There's
How
10.
many qira'ats?
Well, I've been told 10, but it doesn't, and that's because.
What are those 10 qira'ats?
I don't
Give me
know-
the names.
I don't know the names, but there's 10. fake
So
qira'ah.
what kind of criteria do you need to be part of the 10 qira'ats?
And those,
Who picked up those 10 qira'ats? Muhammad?
those same verses were revealed multiple times.
Who tells you that?
That's what the scholars say. They've been revealed
Which
multiple
scholar?
times. I don't know, but that's
Yeah, but like you are at speaker's corner, you are claiming, and then you are taking your claim back.
Yeah, but I'm
You
not
are
Muhammad
claiming.
Hijab.
Mohammed Hijab is a part-time stripper. He doesn't even know very basics. So on the day of judgment, that part-time stripper is not going to be next to you. So therefore, my question is to you: when you stand in front of Allah, Allah is going to say to you, recite this verse for me. How are you going to recite that
Yeah, but
verse?
both would be accepted because both were
According to
revealed.
who? Yes,
According to our scholars.
tell me a scholar tells you both qira'ats or riwayat
Which one I will
goes
do
back
on my
to
phone.
Muhammad.
I'll do
Yeah,
it
Google
on my
it.
phone when I
Google
go
it.
home. When I go
Google it.
home.
So the one first you saw is the.
Yeah, but they
it
don't
comes from a guy
contradict.
called. How come they don't contradict?
Because if do you know what
Don't
one
touch
ad one
me.
is? Sorry.
How come
Do you know
they
what one
don't
ad one is?
contradict?
I know what one ad one is. So what's the contradiction? We both know what's one ad one.
Is it Moses and Pharaoh become the same according to
Yeah,
you?
but they both
Question
know
and
this.
certainty.
Yeah, but
How
they
do you
both
know
know
they
this.
both
Because
they both know
because
this?
the verses.
It doesn't say that.
Yeah, but
It
if-
doesn't
yeah,
say
but if
that.
Moses says that you know. Surely
doesn't
then
say
Moses
that.
knows as well.
It doesn't say that.
Yeah, it does say that.
How did it come to completion? Actually, it is you know, not I know.
I just told you because there's a 10 qira'ah. So.
But
same
I showed you
reverses-
two of that
Yeah,
10
because
riwayats, not qira'ats actually. The ones you saw, they were the riwayat, they are not the qira'ats.
Riwayat means stories. What do you mean?
No, riwayats
Riwayat
are
is
the
story in
students
the-
of these qira'at people.
Riwayat.
Okay, let me ask you a very basic question.
Because I'm going to go now. Come
Okay.
on, ask me.
This is my last question.
Go on then.
Would you trust someone who plays with a beautiful voice in the sexual sense?
No, come about this. No, because they're paedophile.
You wouldn't. Okay, so you wouldn't trust someone who plays with the boys in the sexual sense.
Right.
Would you trust someone who is identified as a liar?
Who's identified?
as a lie.
You
Yeah.
don't trust them if they're lying.
You wouldn't. Okay. Mr. Hafs, whom the Quran you are reciting today, and another Mr. called Al-Qasa. Mr. Hafs is identified as a liar, therefore his narrations didn't take place in the hadith. Al-Qasa is another Quran, which is I have in my bag, is identified someone who is playing with the young boys in a nasty way. And those are the people who you trust
How do you know
as
these
the
aren't fabricated
Tankrat.
stories against them?
Bring me something disagrees. Your Muslims who are devoted Muslims are telling me Al-Qasa was playing with the boys. Your Muslims are telling me, those Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim are telling me I cannot trust Hafs because Hafs is identified as a liar. They're the ones who are telling me.
Who's the name she's talking about?
Hafs and the different.
Al-Qasa.
They're the one.
If I am correct, what does it tell you about your faith and your Quran?
I'm going to ask expert about this because I've never heard of this.
Okay, I am here. Go and ask your experts and come back, Murad.
They're not here. We don't know if
You are going to come back.
You'll find them.
We'll find.
So, and just remember, on the day of judgment, when the Lamb of God judges you from his wrath, you won't be saying, oh, give me a second, I'm going to get my expert who is the part-time stripper. Or you are not able to say, oh, let me go and get my expert who is the imam who has been lying to me at the mosque.
can't expect me to
On the day of
encyclopedia. I'm not
judgment, you are going to be
encyclopedia.
by yourself and giving account for yourself.
Yeah, but I'm
Okay?
not
So
encyclopedia
I
to
will
know
keep you
everything.
accountable for the references I show it to you.
You've studied
And then
years
come
and
back.
years and years
I haven't
and years.
studied years. I'm
a
asking you.
I don't know.
Why are you Muslim then? If you don't know very basic, why are you Muslim?
It's like I'm a science technician. I don't have a degree, so I know basics.
Why
of
are you
science.
Muslim?
You can't be like, oh, why